Hey, what is going on, everybody? Jason here. It is Saturday, and if you can see through my dirty window, we're at the Goodwill. I am still trying to regain my voice. I lost my voice this week and having a hard time getting it back, so not going to talk too much. But if you are new to the channel, what I do in these videos, I go inside Goodwill, get you some in-store footage, and then we go back to my house and I do the junk in the trunk thrift haul reveal, where I show you exactly what I bought, tell you why I bought it, how much I paid for it, and how much profit I expect to get off of it. So if these type of videos get your motor running, and be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you know when I'm coming out with more videos. All right, I'm going to quit talking because I can hear that my voice is still not all the way back. Let's get inside. Okay, we are now in the Goodwill, and I always start out with these little baskets over here. They usually have some pretty cool stuff in it. I did find this old curling, what are those, like curlers that you put in your hair? Be sure to always look those up. Some of those vintage curlers can be worth some really good money. But I always go through these baskets. They have all kind of cords and wires, and I've actually found calculators in here before. Unfortunately, I no longer find the TI 84 pluses because Goodwill now sends those online. So unfortunately, those those are nowhere to be found anymore. But not at Goodwill's, at least. Here, that looked like one of those wax burners, but it was missing the top and it wasn't Scentsy. Here's one of those massagers. I always tell you to look up the massagers, the personal massagers, because they can be some really good value in those. So go ahead and throw it in my cart. Remember, if you've never seen my videos before, I throw everything in my cart and then I pull over to the side and look it up. Now we're starting to get into the electronics, and that's definitely one of my favorite parts of Goodwill to look at. Here's a radio the door there is broken. Thought this was kind of neat, even though it's made by Jensen. It's like a CD player Bluetooth speaker. So since I thought it was kind of interesting, I do go ahead and throw that in a buggy and take a look at it later on. Even though I left it behind right there, I went back and grabbed it. Don't forget about your alarm clocks. I've sold a lot of alarm clocks and done really well with them over the years. They're especially the Sony Dreamcast ones. You'll want to look those up. Those are the ones that tend to have the most value. So when you're looking at your alarm clocks, the model numbers are usually on the bottom of them. Here's a ton of just keyboards. I usually don't go through these. I do know that those, what they call the clicky keyboards, the older keyboards from back in the 80s, 90s that make that click sound, those can be highly desirable, but I've never found one before. But I do know they're out there. Here's going to be all your DVD players and VHS. This is actually, what is that? I think it's one of those things that you cook, like a cooktop, electric cooktop. I think they wanted like 20 bucks for it. It was too much. Here's a Panasonic VHS player. They wanted $9 for that. And sometimes the Panasonics can be worth you picking up. That one did not have the remote. It had scratches on the top of it. But I do decide to go ahead and look it up just to see. But most of the time with VCRs, if you don't have the remote and you don't have you got to put the cables with it. So there's a lot of things that you want to put with it so it'll be worth it for the customer. But here we go, Amazon. It's actually worth about 81 bucks on Amazon. Now that's probably with a remote. There's only one person that's got one listed, but VCRs can be a little bit of a headache. Unless I'm clearing $100 profit, I tend not to mess with them. Here is one of the home phones like you'd have back in the day, landlines. It's an old AT&T phone. Unfortunately, it's just a basic white color, which those are not that valuable. Some of the ones that have brighter colors can pull in some money. Here is a brand new Fold and Go. They wanted $13 for it. It was not worth 13 bucks. I thought this was kind of neat. This was but it was $20 a pad you put down to cool your dog. But at 20 bucks, there's no money to be made. What do we have here? Oh, here's a grease gun. And I probably should have done a little more research on this. This was from Napa. It was brand new on the inside. But I looked up grease guns, and most of them were only selling for like $20. Somewhere in that area. And even though this is an air operated one, I just couldn't find anything like it, so I decided to leave it behind. I thought these were pretty cool. I didn't need them though. They did want $15, but it was a 7-piece like popcorn set. You kind of got like your movie theater theme This is the knick-knack aisle, I guess you would call it, where they have all kind of little figurines and stuff. I have found some amazing things down this aisle, and made some really great money off of them. A lot of them are breakable though, so you have to be very, very careful while you're packaging them. But this aisle is definitely another one of my favorites in Goodwill, because you just never know what you're going to run across. Again, here's a cat. If you hadn't seen my videos before, kitty cats do sell. I don't sell them very often because, again, like that one, it just has somebody's initials on the bottom. So was that handmade? I don't know. If it would have had a maker on it, then I would have looked it up. But with no maker, it's hard to find out exactly what something is worth. Although, people are into cats and their animals, and I've watched other channels where people sell that stuff all the time, so maybe that's a piece that could have sold, I'm not sure. Again, I always look on the bottom of everything to try to figure out the maker, but as you can see, Goodwill always covers up the bottom. I thought this looked pretty cool. It was only $1.49, but again, there's no maker, no way for me to look it up, but it was a really neat piece, I thought. And with this area, you have to have something written on the bottom in order to look it up. Here's a mud pie. I did look this one up. It's a Georgia Bulldogs piggy bank. It was only worth like $10, and for $2, it's just not worth it. Trying to ship it and not have it break on the way to the customer. There's old Garfield. Again, nothing written on the bottom. There's just a lot of really cool stuff over here on this aisle. Now we're over here at the coffee mugs, and this is where I hit a home run. You'll see here in a minute. You'll also see it in my haul video. Actually, I probably shouldn't show it to you, so you'll hang around to the end of the haul video. But I score what's possibly the greatest mug find of my life ever. Still doing more research on it. Matter of fact, I'm not going to show it to you. You could see it in you can see it somewhere in the picture. Very hard to see. I'll show you everything else, but you're going to have to wait to the end of the Junk in the Trunk haul video. I paid 59 cents for it, and it's worth upwards of $200 or more. I'm just waiting on the company that makes it to get back to me and let me know what the exact name of it is, because it's a limited edition piece. All right, I'm out of the Goodwill. Got some pretty cool stuff. Let's get home and check it out. All right, I am back home. Actually, this is a couple days later. This is Sunday. Hadn't had a chance to get to everything in the trunk. By the way, do y'all like my shirt? If you grew up in the 80s, you'll know what this movie is. It was my favorite movie as a kid. All right, so it's time to do the Junk in the Trunk reveal. I got a bunch of stuff from throughout the week that I picked up, everything from Friday night that I picked up. I actually went back on Saturday, picked up some more stuff. Be sure to stay to the very end. I got an item that I bought for 89 cents that's potentially worth $200 or more. It's a huge bolo item. I've never heard of it or seen it before, so you definitely want to hang around for that. So let's get started. All right, the first thing I picked up is this musical rocking horse. This is like a Christmas type item. It was only $7.99. On the bottom it says this was from 1991. Again, I'll pick up Christmas items at good prices and go ahead and put them on eBay, and if they sell, great. If they wait till Christmas to sell, that's fine too. Looks like I can get 35 plus shipping for this one. This was a really good find. I found this one Saturday. This is the complete Seinfeld DVD collection. I paid $5.99 for it. They are all in here. They all look like they're in great shape. Looks like I can get upwards of 40 to 50 for this. The comps are kind of all over the place, but 40 to 50, somewhere in that range. All right, next thing I did, I picked up this hat. Anytime you see a hat with any sort of USS or this says built to fight, any type of logos like this, you want to look these hats up. This is some sort of it's eluding me exactly what this is, what it refers to, but I know it's a group of people that gather, that are in a club, and I don't know, I'm probably totally messing all this up, but yeah, I saw this one. I looked this hat up. It sells for $17.99 plus shipping, so $20 hat all day. Okay, next up, this is brand new sealed. This is a Health Smart bed wedge cover. I paid $2.99. Now, there's no solds on this. These are $19 on Amazon new, so I'll probably list this on eBay for like $14, $15. But the reason I grab stuff like this, and there's not a lot of profit margin, because this thing is extremely lightweight. It'll go in a poly bag. There's no chance of it breaking or anything, and it'll go first class. So, there's $8, $9 profit here. All right, next up I got this Jensen think it's just a CD radio. There's your model number. I paid $3.99 for it. Even in used condition, these are bringing anywhere from $20 to $30. So I figured I'd give this one a shot. It's pretty lightweight, should ship pretty cheap. So yeah, so we'll see how this one does. All right, next up is this jewelry cleaner. It's actually brand new on the inside. It's never been used. They even put the owner's manual in here. This is a Vivril, I think is how you say it. This is the VGT-2000. Brand new. These sell for $60. With mine being new out of the box, I'll probably ask like $40 for mine, $39.99 or best offer, and see what happens. And I paid $4. Yeah, some of the your jewelry cleaner type machines are worth some really good money, so be sure to check those out, especially if you can find them like this one, where basically, I mean, it's brand new. There's even plastic on the inside. So, all right, next up we have a factory car radio. This is for a Daimler Chrysler vehicle. I hadn't looked it up to see exactly which one it was. I did look up the comps on it. If you've seen my channel, you know I pick these up all the time. I make a lot of money off these. What I do is I list them as guaranteed to work or your money back within 30 days. So if they get them and they don't work, they can message me. I'll fully refund the money. They can just keep it. And knock on wood, I have very few people reach back out to me. Most of the time, these things work perfectly fine. Paid $4.99 for this one. Should sell anywhere between $60 and $80. All right, we got a few pieces of clothing, and then we'll get to the item that could be a home run. You definitely want to hang around for that. All right, this is a cardigan. This is Izod. It's got the nice logo there on the chest. This is vintage. There's your tag. This picked up from the Salvation Army off their 99-cent rack, so I'm in it for $1. Looks like I can get about 25 bucks for this. All right, so next up, I kind of messed up on this one. I think I'll still be okay though. This is Brooks Brothers 346. This is their 346 line. If you're not familiar with Brooks Brothers, the 346 line is their lower line of things. The 346 stuff I think is in their outlet store, but some of it can still sell for really good money. Reason I bought this is because this has the gold buttons with, not sure if that's focusing or not. It has the Brooks Brothers logo on the buttons. This is navy blue with these buttons. Usually do really well, but the problem is that I didn't notice that when I picked it up. There's a button missing off that sleeve and a button missing off that one. It's just got the ones on the front, but if I would have noticed those miss, I probably would have picked this up. Paid $6 for it. So the two options I have with this is either A, I can cut these gold buttons off and sell them like that, just buttons only, but I'm probably going to just try to sell the jacket since it's kind of uniform with each sleeve missing one button. If it wasn't missing the buttons, you're looking at $40 to $60 on this. With it missing the button, I don't know, 30, somewhere in there. All right, next up I picked up this FootJoy. This is like a vest rain protector that you'd wear out on the golf course when it's raining. This was at the Salvation Army for 99 cents on the 99-cent rack. I think I can get 25 for this, somewhere in that area. All right, and the last clothing item is this vintage Lacoste pullover. This thing is very lightweight. It'll go first class. There's your Izod Lacoste tag. Yeah, I should be able to get about 25 for this also. And this one I paid, this came from the Goodwill. I actually did have to pay $6 for this one. So not a ton of profit here, but should be a little bit, and this will go first class. All right, so here's the item. I actually paid 59 cents for it, not 89. And this could potentially be worth upwards of $200. So here's the tag. I tore the tag off because I just didn't want it to mess up the item. 59 cents from the Goodwill. It's a coffee mug. I'd never heard of this before, but it's called Death Wish Coffee. This one at the bottom shows it was made in 2015. I did a little bit of research, and it appears that these mugs are all made in limited edition. Some of them are worth $30. Some of them can go all the way up to $200 or more. I don't know exactly where this one's going to fall. I know that the shot glass in the same exact style sold for $50. So if a small shot glass can sell for $50, this has got to be one of the ones that are $100 or $200. What I did is I emailed the company and I sent them pictures of this mug and asked them what the name of this one was, because I cannot find this anywhere, this exact one on eBay. Apparently this is a very limited run, and it's probably hopefully going to be worth 200 or more. Got my fingers crossed. So when you're out there looking at mugs, I pass them by all the time. I will no longer do it. Death Wish. Be sure to look those up. Yeah. And don't forget, if you buy something and it's a manufacturer that's still in business and you're not real sure what it is and you can't really find anything on it, email the company and ask them. I've done that multiple times where I've emailed them and said, hey, I inherited this, or whatever you want to tell them, and they'll tell you exactly what it is and the name of it, and then that just will help it sell because then you have all the information on it. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this Goodwill thrift haul and the junk in the trunk reveal. If you will, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up to let me know you're enjoying the videos, and go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't already. I hope everybody out there is having a great week. Good luck out there reselling.